One is a resident aquatic creature from the mountains of Appalachia. Another is a calm, calculated collector from the swamplands of Florida. And the other is a raid battle commander from the cornfields of the Midwest. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. But with an average of over 1,000 days spent logged into the game each, the one thing we are sure of is you will be entertained. This is the Escapepod cast, a weekly look into some of the best mobile games out there. This is the Marvel Strike Force edition. Live from the Helicarrier Studios, located inside Vault 37, here are your hosts, Flare Embers, Nick Williams, and Kyle Preston.
Coming up on this week's episode of the Escapepod cast.
Captain Carter jumps through a time hole and brings a smashing new weekly event.
Do you have enough gold to keep up with all this timey-wimey mess?
Leaked kits? Scopely slips the kit of Apocalypse and Masters of Evil.
What are we working with, and how will the meta fare for the foreseeable future?
Crucible changes and a blog post should bring some excitement. Hopefully we'll hear more on those required strike team members.
Cough, cough. Any day now, Boundless.
We bring aboard Xero to talk about their content creation and Marvel Strike Force experience.
And on the bridge, we bring what the guys are farming at this time and give an overview of our accounts to give our progress.
All this in breaking news as and if it happens
Right here on the Escapepod
cast.
What is up, my friends? Welcome to another episode of the Marvel Strike Force version of the Escapepod cast.
I was going to count you, dadgummit.
Okay, I got you next time. It's different every time. We like to change it up.
That was a micro pause.
As always, my name is Kyle Billingsley, aka Bones88, and I have my brothers from another mother, Nick Williams, aka Sophronis, and Flare Embers. What's up, guys? How you doing this week or tonight?
Someone is stuck in the library, apparently.
Yeah, he's
my shoulder keeps disappearing too.
He's glitching out in the old Sanctorum.
Bones volume to bring up. I've got that. Bones, can you speak?
Yes, sir. What up? What
much
up?
Better.
Yo.
Much better. Okay. All right. Yeah, we as always, running themes of this episode of this show is volume and Kyle continually messing up names like Spider Weaver as Web Weaver. And someone daggone mentioning Death's Head 2 every freaking episode.
It's a recurring theme now. It's just now going to be a thing every episode.
With MSF, TEPC, it's Death's Head, and now it's the Gungans on the Old Man's Reserve. So I try to keep the tradition going.
All right. We've got a super friggin' crazy long, busy packed episode today. We've got so anyone that plays Marvel Strike Force and you pay attention to the blog drops and everything like that, we had, hold on, let's see here. Since the 18th, we have had 5 different posts, including the weekly blog post. So 4 additional posts. Lots of things happening, lots of things we need to talk about. Boys, I think the best course of action for tonight is we start off with talking about all the extra stuff. And then after our first break, we'll actually talk about today's blog post that includes the Masters of Evil kits. That'll give us a good segue into Apocalypse because his kit has been leaked thanks to Tana on the YouTube and Twitch Spaces. And then we've got a special guest, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool dude named Xero. Another content creator on Twitch. Really cool guy, really nice guy. I'm excited to interview him.
So, all right. Let's we need a Death's Head 2 sticker for chat. We will consider that at some point. All right. Who wants to start us off on all of these additional blog posts that came? Do we want to like start from the last the earliest one in this week and kind of walk our way forward to now? Like,
yeah,
we want to start with the Crucible changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Kyle's being a little spotty.
We lost Kyle, but I can go ahead and get started.
Might be going.
I'm sorry, what?
I think he's turned robot.
He's gone robot.
So in the meantime, we got a new global rule, which is going to really kind of shake things up, actually, with it, reducing speed and resistance for all non-Master of Evil villain mystics, and on defense by 20%. And on any cosmic villain mystic's turn, you apply bleed.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically says you're not allowed to use, anything. Villains.
Well, so
basically it's to kill
cosmic
the Darkhold
villain
team.
mystics, which is which team?
Well, the Earthsea.
No, Darkhold is
well, the 10% applies to all non-Masters of Evil villain mystics, so that's Darkhold.
But that's on offense.
On offense, so Darkhold gets nerfed on offense, and then on defense, you can't put down Dormammu.
Yeah.
Or Doom. Or no, Doom's tech. He's tech cosmic.
Yeah, he's global as well.
Yeah.
He's global tech mystic villain.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of tags there. But clearly this next season is going to be focusing around Masters of Evil, which kind of makes sense. The next patch we're expecting all 3 of the new members, which again we'll talk more about in the second segment, alongside Titania and Ultron. And yeah, so it looks like we're dealing with speed manipulation, which is going to be interesting to say the least. So much of this game you can kind of already plan out based on the speed stats of characters and speed bar reductions and increases, and so this is going to change the numbers a little bit. But we also have the base stock 20% health, 10% damage that all things are getting. And as always, stage 1 and stage 2 are not being changed at all. They're just getting the global rules. They're playing with ISOs a little bit this time around. So how's that portable shield device going, Steph? Or actually, Kyle, do you actually have this blog post pulled up, bud?
Yeah, I just want to. My stuff is going in and out. So if you lose me, just take over because
Gotcha.
I have no idea. I might have to reset the next segment.
Okay.
But I have the latest one pulled up. I don't have the other ones pulled up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
keep that one up and ready because I think especially like Nick and I both kind of do a lot of the Crucible stuff. So Nick, what's portable shield device looking like?
Well, it looks like it's on defense for providing positive effect spread for fortifiers using their ults, which is pretty good.
That's
I'm trying to think of the people who really
was that butterfly effect from the Scourge, but they're applying it to the ultimate.
But I'm trying to think about who would that really be good on who would use fortifier.
I think I have maybe one fortifier.
You know what you would do?
What?
I know it'd be really kind of disgusting, but change the ISO on Rogue so that she grabs with her special, and then she almost immediately takes the second turn, so then she can spread all of those buffs to them. There you go. Theory crafting with Nick Williams. You're welcome.
That would get disgusting really quickly. Holy shit.
Because you only need to do like 5 anyway, so it's not like you're really hurting anything. You're not going to take her much higher than that. Plus, it'll make it stout on defense because the AI is designed to do those 2 things.
Yeah.
So as long as she can actually gain those buffs, which she should be the fastest thing out there, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
So there's that little game you could play.
And strikers have a buff as well, and that's not a defense. That's any striker. So barrier character for 5% of the character's max health, barrier, and flip offense down. So strikers are going to be hitting.
I think that'd be pretty fun for Death Seed on defense.
Oh, they're so
because they're all strikers.
My God.
So they're all just burying themselves, popping the dots off a Dark Beast. There you go.
Normally, I'm running Rogue as a striker, and everyone else on not Death Seed on Unlimited, I'm running as a Raider because, I mean, truth be told, like you could run Dazzler. There's a couple of things you can do with Dazzler. You can maybe run Skirmisher, but she hits enough She starts off with the ability block and hitting everyone. So it's like, okay, it's just better to start as a raider, get as many vulnerables out there as possible, and let everyone else do their actual job instead. So that's cool. Stage 4. On spawn, hero mutants gain revive once and immunity. Hero mutants are still sticking around, even though we had the Age of X last season that went for what felt like way too long. But hey, now they're getting revive and immunity. Ain't that going to be great? Red Hulk is going to be pretty important at this rate.
Well, if you're not using the portable shield device for your unlimited, that might not be a bad spot for your Axemen to go.
Could be. You could also run, honestly, any of the hero mutant teams. Like I'm thinking, if you have
actually run classic, run uncanny.
Phoenix cannot be revived.
But it's really not about Phoenix though. It's about keeping Magic alive and Cyclops and Colossus alive.
Right. I mean,
so that they can do their things and defend and prevent other people from touching the precious.
Yeah.
Which is Dark Phoenix. With their ability to revive, because usually most teams will target Magic first. If she can revive herself and has immunity, that's pretty solid. I might actually do that.
Yeah, I gotta think about everything overall. All right, now we got 2 more rooms to go. What about what's Creeping Spiders looking like?
That's Screams Web Warriors.
Yeah.
For an offensive move.
Yeah.
But
so what we got there though?
It's when a Spider-Verse character has stealth, that character gains 20% damage. Reduce resistance by 20% for any character with bleed, and this room may be updated in the future. AKA, they're worried about what web weavers are going to do to the spot. That is 100% them going, the testing was kind of inconclusive. We may have made an oopsie.
Maybe you need to improve Noir a little bit.
Yeah. Give a buff to Noir.
So
yeah,
maybe people will work up Noir a little bit. There were so many Crucible matches I played against where no one actually was playing by the rule set for that room. They were putting like web weavers. You're making me say it now. Dadgummit! Web warriors in like room 2 or room 5 or whatever. Now sure they're bio characters, but in that room I would just always run Gamma against them, and Gamma just smashes the faces in. And then this last one is Vibranium Tuning in stage 6. Wakandan character focus, essentially. So on defense, Wakandan characters gain 60% max health, focus, resistance, and damage. On defense, on turn, Wakandan characters clear all negative effects on self and gain speed up. On defense, Wakandan characters clear revive once on each successful attack. On defense, Wakandan characters with speed up gain 20% speed. Holy crap. On defense, Wakandan characters with bleed, offense, down trauma, or disrupted gain plus 50% speed. Oh!
And on offense, non-tech characters clear charged at the end of the turn. If charge is removed, apply defense down to all player characters. So, AKA, this is if you so much as think you're just going to clear this with Gamma, you can go sit down in your corner. I don't know how you beat this team.
I'm so like.
I'm glad I finished War Dogs.
Other than the only thing I can think of would be to hit them with Masters of Evil. I mean, that's what they're basically telling you. Is if you put a War Dogs team down in this slot, you basically have an I win card, because the only other thing that could beat it would maybe be Spider Weaver.
I'm seeing. I imagine we may actually still see the actual like full Crucible Wakandan team and not the War Dogs.
Oh, the vanillas.
Yeah, well, because think about it. Now, actually, here's the thing though. Actually, no, it's on offense. Non-tech characters clear charge. Crap.
Yeah. So no Gamma.
Because I was thinking, I was like, wait, you could do like everyone besides Shuri would lose their charges, and no, they're keeping their charges. M'Baku is going to be kind of a nuisance to get through if it's a really highly built one. This is going to be a lot of craziness. Oh, did you guys get your rewards for the Crucible season? Those have already come out for season 1. Where'd you place that?
I promoted. I think gold 2.
Well, like your actual percentage in the leaderboard.
Oh, percentage in the leaderboard.
The seasonal rewards came out.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I was 16 through 35th.
16 through 35. Okay. I was 6 to 15. I know a couple people. I know Sith Lord Fluffy was like 1 to 5. So we've got like
1 to 5% or 1 to 5?
1 to 5% of all
There's
players
between 1 to 5 and 1 to 5%.
Oh God, yeah, no, 1 to 5%. No, I was 6
like
to
I didn't
15%.
realize Sith Lord Fluffy was, hitting the same bars as like Tadano Mac.
Oh God, like just imagine all
the
out
Giga
slug
Krakens
outs that you're having to go through in like the top master tiers.
I'm glad that this next season I'm not anywhere near that.
Right.
It'll be a miracle that anybody puts anything down in my tier. Like half the time it's either they hit me and they lose, or they forget to hit me.
So I was 6 to 15%.
Hey, 6 to 15 brothers.
Ow!
Nice. All right, I'm gonna quickly hit the Spider Weaver update they did because again we have so many blog posts we have to talk about tonight. So anyone that so the episode we did last time on the 6th, we were talking about this where they accidentally gave 4,000 Spider Weaver shards to everyone in Strike Pass 3. They are now kind of doing a make good on that in a really specific way. Strike Pass 2 characters or players will receive the 4,000 shards as well. That's going to be on an additional 57th tier of the Strike Pass, which additional thing they make note of is that, hey, you can complete this one in 2 weeks. They kept the point per tier as the Christmas season like Strike Passes. So Strike Pass 2 gets a 7-star Spider Weaver. Strike Pass 1 characters. This is one I'm a little I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to feel about this. Is they're only giving 100 shards. They're going to give 100 shards, and their reasoning for this is that they want to they don't want to have a 7-star Spider Weaver to completely disrupt the early game arena shards. And the early game leveling curve. And I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Someone had made the mention of like, hey, why not just do a thing where when a player reaches level 70, just give them a 7-star Spider Weaver. Boom, done. We don't even have to think about that.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So I completely agree. I think your idea is way more reasonable. Or the person you may have found it from. I'm not sure who that would be.
I don't remember who it was from. I just know someone else had mentioned, like, why don't just give the shards at 70?
Yeah. Give it as a, a special calendar or something. Well, congrats on reaching level 70 in Strike Pass 3. Here's your fun reward. Yeah, here's a free Spider Weaver for you.
Yeah, I agree.
On the house. 100 shards is an insult to new players. I'm sorry. Scopely, you screwed up. You should be giving the 4,000 shards to everyone. You fundamentally screwed up, and now you have to actually pay the price for that. The fact that they think they can get away with this is just ridiculous.
$2,400 per player. Let's go.
The thing is, too, is that people weren't even buying Spider Weaver. She was a campaign event release.
Okay, but I
begin with. So it's not like it was her shards were like super unobtainable to begin with.
I have a question real quick about that because my alt account is in a Strike Pass 2. I've completed it, but I don't think I got a 7-star.
Next week, on Monday, they're going to add in tier 57.
Okay, well that makes me happy though.
So you'll get 57. You'll get your 4,000 Spider Weaver shards, and so, I think I do agree with some of the things. So, part of the thing with Spider Weaver is that. I think it's not just so much the fact that she's a campaign character. Like, yes, she was a campaign character. So was Kestrel. But Spider Weaver was such a fundamentally different character that the stars and everything are mattering a ton on her. I did a thing that I don't do often. I bought the 7th red for Spiderweaver. And daggone it, I don't regret a friggin' thing about it.
I buy those. People say you should just get 6. I don't care. If I want someone 7-star, I buy
That's
them.
the only character I'm going to do that for a very, very long time. Because, dear God, like, Spiderweaver is just in a class of her own. There's very few characters that even come close to that.
How many of them gold red star coins do you got, Flair? Are you hoarding those things? You're hoarding them, aren't you?
I hoard them like candy. I've got...
I haven't spent one in over a year.
I don't have any. I spend them all the time.
I never spend in that store other than dark promo credits on occasion for a horseman.
So I have so here's the rundown of what I've got for the Elite store. I've got 254 silvers. I've got 415 golds, and I've got 1,200 dark promos.
Oh, I figured you'd have more than that, so that's not bad.
Well, dark promos, again, I literally just finished the 7th tier for Nowhere Heist, like, the last time it happened. So I'm now able to build those up at a higher rate. And also, Boundless has been super friggin' scummy, like, stingy buttholes holding onto their dark promo credits like it's precious child.
Bad. And you have to have so many just for one character.
Mhm.
It's really bad.
Let
They
alone,
could let go of
your
that.
4 horsemen.
But to be fair,
No,
I've already got
yeah.
5 red on all 4 of my horsemen now, so I don't have to, like, I'm not stressing about it nearly as much right now. And yeah, I'm so, I don't know. Immortal One jumping in the chat saying heads up on the Android 11 app, so much smoother. Yeah, BlueStacks got an update, so if you're playing Strike Force or Swega, even though we don't talk about that show here, yeah, apparently the update for BlueStacks is doing so much better.
Yeah, I need to do that for my Swaga accounts.
You're welcome. You're welcome to everybody though, because if you guys don't know, Android 11 build BlueStacks runs like butter. That's beautiful.
Nice.
If
It might not be a bad idea to have in the after show this evening. Remember to subscribe to the Twitch to gain access to on the Discord, the Patreons and subs page, and join us in the after show after the show. Although, moving on, we had not one, but 2 blog posts of them buffing Rebirth.
And a lot of it is...
It's not tiny fixes either. Like, we're talking, for example, Captain America getting,
buffs.
an 11% HP buff, a 17% damage buff. Agent Venom getting a ton of piercing added to his special and alt, energy cost reductions, heal boosting. Like, this is like crazy high adjustments. So that was just on the first one. The second one, they added block chances that are going to be ridiculous.
All the shield carriers, all 3 of our shield wielders, they've got plus 20% block chance for each Rebirth ally. For reference,
on top of 25.
Yeah, so Captain Carter has 105% block chance. U.S. Agent has 105% block chance. Captain America has 105% block chance.
And he does a Hulkbuster now, where if he drops below a certain threshold, he clears taunt and fills speed bar on Captain Carter and Winter Soldier. So basically trying to get the engine of the team. And they added on a death of a Rebirth ally to the Wave 1 as well for the healing on Captain America's passive. And an additional 20% max health for self and Rebirth allies and raids.
Oh, so
there's got to be. So the thing is that I've not even heard that there's issues with them in Doom 3.5.
I heard like a 750, 800k team is smashing Doom 3.5. And this was before the buffs.
So what the hell is this about?
I imagine they're trying to smooth out a little bit of the out of raid performance. Because they are like super easy to beat on war defense. There's not a lot of their kit is locked behind raids. So doing the stat buffs and doing things like increasing block chance and adding in Rebirth into Cap's healing system, all of those I think are some creature comforts to allow them to be used other places. I'm building up the team right now. Right now, every character is, I've got Winter Soldier and Cap at 14. I've got U.S. Agent at 13. And then Agent Venom and Captain Carter are both at 12 right now. So they're going to be getting boosted here pretty soon. But gold has been a little weird. Actually, and how's everyone else doing on the teams right now? I know Agent Venom has not been formally released, but he was a coreable character, which if you did the Raid of Fortune event, it was so lucrative to spend your power cores on him. Because, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I have a 3-star, and I'm so ready for a 4-star afterwards.
The Captain
So
Carter event
I'm
for me
not
has
even close
been...
to work.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my bad, man. I'm delayed a little bit. So I'm not able to do it on my account, but on my alt account, I had 20 million that I spent on this last event, and it helped me out a lot as a beginner. I think it's very beginner friendly, but it's not very friendly to more in-game players. But it was getting a lot of flack, and I just want to say, if you're level 70 and below, you can do pretty well with it if you have a lot of money, because when you're 65, you can't keep leveling up people. You don't have very many people. So I went and just spent $20 million or gold, and I got so many good characters for my account. I thought it was an awesome account. Now my other one, I had 1 million gold, so I wasn't even able to participate because I'm working on Death Seed right now. But after Death Seed, I'll start working on Rebirth and all that. That's where I'm at. And I'm sorry, Seth. Go ahead, buddy.
I was counting my gold stacks with my 180 leftover gold orbs, just kind of going, how many orbs are we buying today? I've only spent 8 million gold in this event, and I have Captain Carter already done, and I got 40 shards of U.S. Agent and unlocked him today.
Nice. I got lucky on the
my cluster is
Punisher orbs.
convinced. My cluster is convinced that I am in the seed prime right now, because I pulled a bunch of Captain Carter. Like, I just literally showed them the screenshots. They're like, what did you do? How did you? I'm like, I just hit the 10 pull, and it just did it.
That's all I did was 10 pulls.
Why would I just go one orb? Just hit 10 and do it.
Well, I find that the 10 might give you a little bit of better drop rates. That could just be me looking too much into it. But I feel that way in many other games. I always go times 10. I'll save up till there is a 10 sometimes, just because I think they do give you a little bit better drop rates than just one.
I mean, it's all placebo. It runs on an RNG number generator. There's no incentive on that side, but
for sure,
I've hit 2 1% drops in this event, because that's how I got my 20 U.S. Agent shards each time. So
you friggin' lucky duck.
I'm shout out to my to the 9 within the Knights of the well, not Knights of the 9. It's Brotherhood of the Storm. Shout out to the Storm watch team.
Was that an accident? Was that an accidental Oblivion? Knights of the 9, wasn't that?
That's what we originally were, but we've become the Brotherhood of the Storm. But anyway, shout out for us unlocking Doom 3.2.
Hey,
and to Dark Nar's question, they are the best bio raid team right now.
So I think there's a caveat here. I think there's a really kind of important caveat. I think players who already have a well-developed Web Warriors team maybe don't necessarily need to go for these guys soon, but it's one of those. So I'm in the position, I've got 3 of them at 16, 2 of them at 15. I feel like where I'm at right now, I can take the time to invest in the team and bring them up, Rebirth, and get them up to the point. Because again, a weaker Rebirth team can do better, as far as TCP is concerned, can do better in higher Doom raids than Web Warriors can. So it's one of those long-term goal, like do that, like focus on the end game goal. Sure, it messes with your city plans for Dark Dimension 5 if you're focused on that at any point right now, because like so far She-Hulk is the only required Horseman character for that. You still need web warriors for the different scourges for pestilence, but beyond that, that's it. So I think maybe you need to bring up your web warriors, but I think Rebirth is definitely showing up and making themselves known.
Web Warriors are the new symbiotes. They were fun, and now you're old news.
And they weren't even out. They're out for just about a year, which is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. You would have thought that these guys would have been a skill team.
Well, I mean,
Like,
I don't know. All right. We are getting ready to come up on our first break, guys. We are going to replay from last episode. So there's going to be a little bit of just recover from what we've done before. After that, we've got one more additional blog post before we talk about today's blog post. So many freaking blog posts. And then we talk about Apocalypse and Masters of Evil.
well, the Masters are in the yeah.
It's a perfect segue. Anyways, guys, other side of this break, we'll see you all in just a little bit.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escapepod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? Head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Are you like us and play more than one mobile game? Well, we have good news. The Escape Podcast has expanded its lineup.
There's the flagship Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes show every first and third Friday with Paul Anthony and the Nav.
And the Marvel Strike Force show on the second and fourth Fridays with Flair, Kyle, and Nick.
Join our Discord to stay up to date with these and our additional shows produced under the Nerdy Network flag.
Everything happens live on the Escape Pod Cast Twitch channel, or you can catch up on what you missed on our YouTube channel or your favorite podcast app.
Thanks for listening to the Escape Pod Cast. Be nice to each other, damn it.
And welcome back. Hold on, we got to put this. There we go. Hi, welcome back. Sorry, technical difficulties. Kyle has popped out just for a moment so he can reset his stuff. He's had a little bit of internet issues. But Nick and I are still here. We've got one last blog post to talk about before we get to the Masters of Evil, as well as our Leaked Apocalypse kit. And Nick, is this where the rage is coming from? First off, we're having a therapy session to start with.
Oh, absolutely.
We're having a therapy session. So where is this deeply entrenched anger coming from?
It's coming from them point limits, Flair. It's coming from them point limits.
From them point limits. Okay.
So, I didn't realize that Mobile Gamers community manager Whip actually worked at Scopely, because clearly he does. Because this has to be the most harebrained scheme I have ever seen in my life. Like, in all seriousness, this is literally them screaming at the top of their lungs, stop hoarding, for the love of God, please stop hoarding. But you know what, Scopely? You know why we hoard? Because you're mean in your milestones. You actively incentivize us to struggle, and actually you make us want to hoard because of how you act.
Yep. If
you stopped being jerks, we would stop hoarding. But you're incapable of understanding that point for some reason. And I don't understand. I admit, whatever actuary wrote this part of the blog post, honestly, what in the name of God were you thinking? I'm not sure you played this game, honestly. The actuarial department clearly does not play this game over at Boundless because they clearly do not care. This is going to create a situation where they're going to funnel you into spending your power cores next because it's the only thing you will be able to continue to hoard without consequence because there's a money mechanic tied behind it.
Yep.
They cannot stop you from spending campaign energy or ISO energy, and they can't stop you from spending cores because they sell too much of it in order to move forward.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I do think I will make an argument for them trying to stop campaign energy and ISO energy. They could easily set it up to where there is like a cap on how much you get, and that could be relative to the energy you generate from the start, from minute 1 of the event to the end of it.
Oh, so like a daily max.
Almost a daily max.
I actually think that would hurt the Kraken.
I need to put all the tinfoil over the windows and the doors and stuff like that because Scopely, no. Don't do that. I'm sorry. You want to piss off a community quick? You do that.
Well, and here's the thing: is it means your raid credits, forget about it. Your elite war credits, forget about it. Regular war credits, forget about it. Your Crucible credits, forget those too. Your Blitz, saving up Blitz credits, not happening now. Have fun.
No.
You know, why do you even bother? Like, there's literally a Blitz event that just started, and I'm not touching it until this event starts.
Exactly.
Because there is literally no incentive.
We have spent
to do
zero time actually talking about what the issue is for this right now. You went right into rant mode, not against you. This is just the fact we went right into rant mode without anything. So the last blog post before today's blog post, this is talking about the Rising Stars event, which introduces a new tweak into the number crunching side of MSF. Us spreadsheet people, hi. We'll Spreadsheets Anonymous. We'll start that here pretty soon.
You shouldn't have to use a spreadsheet to play this game.
I'm sorry that I like number crunching. Okay,
I'm
shut
not
up.
saying
Don't shame me.
I'm not shaming you for doing and being analytical about it. I'm shaming Scopely for requiring you to do so.
For requiring so many gosh darn convoluted events just
what we were prepping for this for what 2 hours yesterday.
We sat down and we did the math for all of this. So okay, anyways, let me clarify some stuff. Clarify and make some things clear. So they're introducing point limits on certain aspects of events. So the Rising Stars event has the following point conditions. So you can battle and blitz with U.S. Agent, with Captain Carter, with Agent Venom, with Captain America, with Winter Soldier. Then you can open battle plan orbs and also open battle plan orbs again, and then also you can blitz again or use power cores. Now, when you blitz, first off, let me get this out of the way. It is friggin' bullcrap that Scopely, Boundless, whoever God's name is running this place right now, thought that it was wise to say, hey, you get bonus points with Rebirth, but you get one freaking run of it. You use Rebirth one time and you shot your shot. You only get it's granted, it is 16,000 bonus points for using the entire Rebirth team. For many players, it's only going to be 12,000 because they may not have Agent Venom unlocked. But still, for one shot, you get all that, and you get no more bonus points for using the team specifically after that. And then everything else after that, every blitz battle is going to be worth 75 points up until 48,000 points have been reached in the limit, and then it goes down to 25 points. Why?
Wail harder, you peasants. Seriously, that's really what it is spend money. That's it. It's power cores.
Spend money. Now, I will say,
that or do 6 rotations a day?
5.5 if you are at the point where you have 44 to 45 teams.
I can't with limits like this. Especially for someone who has a really good event, like talking about, like for example, Kyle's alt. He had a really good event. He unlocked a bunch of characters. He probably included Winter Soldier, Captain America, Captain Carter, and maybe U.S. Agent.
Mm-hmm.
his roster's not going to be capable of doing 5.5 rotations at a full size for him. So he's going to lose out on this event
Yeah.
as a result. So that's what this has done, is instead of rewarding people who have done well or spent money unlocking the various characters for this event, they have said, no, you can't. You cannot earn enough credits to do this unless you blitz your hands off or spend money. And it is unconscionable that this is being permitted to happen with these limits. It is directly an incentive to funnel people into the stockade. It's like treating us like cattle almost. It's funnel you in, get your feed, and then, eventually when they're tired of milking us, get the nail gun and go right between the eyes.
Go Old Yeller style?
Exactly.
Right behind the barn?
It is the wrong solution to a problem of their own design. They broke it, and now they're continuing. It's the Simpsons reference. Am I out of touch? No, it's those darn kids that are out of touch.
It's sad that
no, Scopely, it's honestly you on this one. We're hoarding because you make us.
Yes.
If you didn't make us hoard, we do it. The answer is not stop moving. Stop resisting our ability to make you spend money. That is not a solution in any way, shape, or form.
So I will say, and I'm going to play devil's advocate for a moment, because unfortunately, I'm apparently really good at devil's advocate in some ways. If you do all of the rotations that it would take to reach the bonus threshold, first off, it's do blitz battles, not blitz wins. And that's been confirmed.
Which is a happy mercy.
It is blitz battles. So you have to just hit the button. It's the same concept as doing war battles or raid battles. Unless it says win, that means you just hit the button and whatever happens, you still get your points. So if you do everything, you're going to get enough points overall to actually hit like 102,000. If you've gotten all of the bonus points and you did a single single battle with all 5 members of the team. If you don't have Agent Venom for some reason, you'll land somewhere in like the 98 category, 98,000.
Which is the 27th milestone, which is past all the US Agent shards. Plus you're getting some Armory 15 orbs and some really, really nice G16 mini uniques.
So you are going to get all of that stuff.
In fairness, this is the bait.
It is the bait. It is very much bait.
The bait. I will see not whether people will desperation spend to avoid these limits.
Yes. And then, but we also do have
there's no real way to like actually combat this though. So there's not really like a way to fight this.
Yeah.
Other than don't spend money on this event.
Yeah. Well, and people, I know, so like
prove the point, stick it to them.
I was talking to Silver Fluffy, and the idea was like, hey, they're not going to let us cheat the system anymore with stuff like this. So by cheating the system, it's like, okay, we're able to figure out exactly what we're supposed. Now, granted, for this event, I already did my numbers. I did my math. It's like 5.5 rotations for 44 teams. A little less. Actually, it's a little less than 5.5 rotations. But if you're going to do a rotation, just finish the friggin' rotation. Just get on with it. Unless you were just so adamantly not going to do it. But then you also have a earn blitz credits web milestone, and I believe, based on expected value of blitz credit rewards, that you'll finish that about the same time as you do the bonus points, unless you are just terribly unlucky.
Well, plus there should be at least. How many was that? Almost a week's worth too.
There is the Garrison event right now for the Rumble.
Yeah.
There's the Premium Orb, the Red Star Orb, and the Character Blitz for Monday. That will give all Blitz rewards. Now, there's another event right on the heels of that, which, oh boy, oh freaking boy! All right, Kyle, you're back with us. This is a great segue into today's blog post, which will then segue us into Apocalypse. So, Kyle, how about you start us off? What's some who all are they talking about today in today's blog post?
We're doing the Masters of Evil, like we've been talking about. What do we just want to jump into kits? Do I want to read any extra stuff? What do you guys want to do?
Can we try and do a quick and dirty on the trio that they mentioned, because Apocalypse will probably take a moment.
Okay. So just like the overall description or the actual kits themselves?
Let's do some just some quick looks at their kits. We don't need to know all the numbers.
Okay. So first off, we have Absorbing Man.
Okay.
Absorbing Man is a protector for Masters of Evil, and he's fortified with high armor and resistance stats. His MO is absorbing enemy attacks and then clearing status effects. He gains taunt on spawn in all game modes, making him a powerful asset for any team, and bolsters himself by copying, clearing a positive effect from his attacker. Absorbing Man also helps his partner in crime, Titania, when they're allies by granting her counter in Cosmic Crucible.
I just realized he's the third pre-taunting tank in this entire game.
Mm-hmm.
We've only had two other pre-taunters, and that's Drax and Red Guardian.
No, there's 3 in the game before.
Who's the third?
The rework to Kingpin.
Yeah, I was about to say Kingpin.
The minions.
He spawns a taunting minion, so he is technically the third pre-taunting tank. So this would be number 4.
But we need a better one than those 3, right? So hopefully this one's
Underworld is
better.
freaking good, though.
My 7/7 Kingpin is offended by that statement.
So just looking at the kit descriptions, absolutely everything that Kyle just mentioned is kind of baked into that. So he's copying and clearing effects. He's doing he's got a lot of if target has vulnerable going on with him. Especially if we look at his and this is new. They've not really been talking about the ISO 8 counterattack and assist within the actual kit descriptions. They're mentioning it to us this time now.
I think they just copy pasted the leak.
Oh, I mean, for sure. So the special is doing a copy and clear from all Masters of Evil allies. He's flipping negative effects to positive effects. And then he's also got a lot of taunting and a lot of healing for himself in Crucible. This is a Crucible team, by the way. If anyone didn't know, this is a Crucible team. You use these guys in Crucible.
Yeah. And they're not getting much mileage beyond Crucible. Given how much of their kit is locked. Well, I mean, look at Absorbing Man. Most of his kit is locked behind Crucible.
Actually, okay, so a lot of his passive, yes.
Nearly all of his passive.
Yeah. Plus
the deflected immunity and the healing and his taunting. Yeah, no, he's locked behind Crucible.
The taunt one's not bad. It's just for one more turn.
It's nice. So, Absorbing Man, pre-taunting tank, the third actual character to be a pre-taunter tank, if we don't count the minion. What we got next?
All right, Kang the Conqueror, the big bad in the MCU currently, or about to be. I think in the next movie, huh? Ant-Man. He's about to make his
Quantumania.
Yeah, so he's about to be the big bad for MCU. Is coming to MSF, and he'll be part of the Masters of Evil. And what he does is he's a blaster, and on top of big damage to aid his attacks, he has a great speed stats. So he's very speedy. He bends time to his will by manipulating the speed bar, which is a good thing, of both his allies and enemies, including an on-spawn speed up for 2 turns to himself and Master of Evil allies. Kang also takes chance out of the equation by allowing his Master of Evil allies to reach 100% critical chance. And while he's powerful in Cosmic Crucible in general, Kang the Conqueror is especially potent on offense.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing.
I'm just disappointed. I'm sorry.
Like Kang in the Masters of Evil and not someone else.
He's not a legendary.
Yeah, he should be for sure.
Like this definitely smells like
they did a character
swap. Well, this felt like there was an opportunity here, and they're like, Here's your character.
You could even use these 4 and another 5 to unlock Kang as the one that bolsters down the whole entire team.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like a wasted opportunity here.
Yeah.
Like make maybe use the Rebirth team to force us to get Kang or something.
So I will say, I know there's some speculation going on. There's been speculation for a long time about why we haven't seen MODOK in the game. And MODOK is part of the Masters of Evil in the comic books.
It's a code problem.
It's a code problem, and it's a character problem because of the model. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want a big head fat shame, something like that, but he's got a big fat head. And they don't know how to work with a big fat head.
It
Just
has to have
shrink him
legs.
down. Just shrink him down.
Like
it
they
might
do
not
with
be
Hulk.
friendly
Was
to
it-
lore.
Was it Tana maybe that said that they looked at the code and they're basically restricted for things that have legs? It has to have two legs.
And
Yeah.
speaking of Kang in the MCU, MODOK is it also in Quantumania? Did you guys see that?
Yeah. So he's in the teaser trailers.
Hmm.
So he's in
Yes.
teasers. So we're not
Well, the other
necessarily
thing is we would want MODOK on AIM.
right. I imagine they would probably, if I don't know, we'll there's so much in the air on this one. It's so weird.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole.
So
Then we got our third one.
yeah.
Moonstone.
Yes, Moonstone. So she's a controller, and her powerful kit is bolstered with high focus and speed stats. This master manipulator has two abilities that stun enemies, applies trauma in Cosmic Crucible, and her ultimate ability, Phasing Punishment, lowers enemy bar. Moonstone also gives her Masters of Evil allies a boost in Cosmic Crucible in the form of additional focus. So before we get into this one, they're manipulating so much turn meter. What if their kits don't have to be crazy? What if this turn meter manipulation is going to be a bigger deal than what you think? Because
Their kits are already kind of crazy, even when you don't consider the turn meter manipulation. Absorbing Man is kind of the dud, but otherwise, this team is kind of getting crazy bonkers. Ultron is also getting a rework, by the way, an additional rework.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
His special.
Ultron and Titania are pretty much going to be insane.
Well, so Ultron is getting another tweak, according to data mines, that on his special, when he summons the bots, not only is he going to summon the bots, they're also going to attack, and he's going to attack on turn.
Nice.
And so think about it. When he attacks,
He's going to what?
Yeah, he's gonna do an AO all call attack.
They have to lock that behind Crucible, right?
I think it's in Crucible.
Okay.
I think
So
it's
Mike,
in Crucible.
Please don't say that's in war. It's all fun and games till you get annihilated by, a G17 Ultron because you didn't get a turn because he was able to get a special off first.
Yeah.
Because Kang took your ability to have fun away.
Well,
did they take the red stars away from? Did they take it away from you being able to get red stars for Ultron?
No, they held back
Dormammu?
Dormammu's 6th star.
And I think he's back in after that event they had.
Yeah, I believe he's back in for a 6th star. They were holding it for like a week or two.
Yeah. Also, let's think about the idea that
There's also one more thing about the Masters of Evil.
Oh, we didn't even mention that. Oh God, this is gonna
They are going to be required for a legendary.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
That's right.
Specifically, it says, going up to this, the Masters of Evil will also be a required trait for a future legendary character event. So be on the lookout. Sorry, be on the lookout for more information on this in the future.
So is that MODOK? There he is, right there.
I think there. Some people are trying to speculate maybe Galactus.
Already?
Well, so think about it. I think MSF is moving into Scourge mode for legendary releases.
Oh, I definitely think that's an incentive. But the thing is Galactus can't be a single Scourge.
No. So I think it's gonna be a part. It'll be a piece of it.
I think Galactus should be the next Apocalypse. I think that'd be the next step from here.
I
would
fully
be
agree.
him.
Welcome to the Power Cosmic Temple, my friend.
And you can only use him. He's a 5-person thing.
Oh, I think that, yeah. Well, no,
Wouldn't that
2.
be cool?
He's allowed to have Silver Surfer and himself.
That'd be cool.
His herald, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be down for
the
that.
Herald of Galactus.
Mhm.
He'd be
And then
the
that way it
Wampa.
also gives you a rework that probably will fix his speed issues.
He'd be the Wampa of Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah.
Let Galactus do the speed meter fill for Surfer, making him absolutely completely busted. Or the joke's on us. It's basically just it's Surfer solo, and Galactus just buffs Surfer,
Yeah.
and then Surfer just goes like Super Saiyan or something.
Or
We're giving them ideas. It's probably not a good thing. I don't think I want to see what a buff Silver Surfer looks like.
No, let's
Even
not.
though he is one of my favorite
Please
Marvel
don't.
characters.
Please don't.
Same.
Couple other things. So they've mentioned the symbiote invasion. No, symbiote sabotage event, which is for Agent Venom. This one is kind of straightforward. Do war attacks, spend cores, collect symbiote samples, which is from a web milestone, which is by earning blitz credits. So it's a rather straightforward event. I really don't think there isn't much to talk about with this one. They mentioned that you can get up to 180 shards of him, but what they don't mention is that 80 of those 180 shards are locked behind the second to last milestone in the main event. And guess what that is? What do we call that milestone, Seth?
Whalestone.
It's a freaking whalestone. Jubilee's Lunar New Year event is also happening. They did this last year, or the Lunar Festival. So her Year of the Dragon or Year of the Tiger costume is coming back. And there's going to be shards for Wong, Shang-Chi, and Colleen Wing. So we're not going to spend too much time on those. How about not Galactus? We talked about Galactus, and I'm thinking Galactus. Apocalypse.
Web Weaver.
No. Death's Head 2. How about Apocalypse? Has everyone read the Apocalypse kit?
Yes.
Or at least the data mined leaked Apocalypse kit by Tana.
I just skimmed. I just skimmed it real quick.
I read it.
I've got the summarized notes. I've taken out most of the specific numbers regarding the damage numbers, but not the drains, because they can screw with those. Well, it's whatever. All right. So first off, Apocalypse is not a legendary character. He is a villain global mutant support. He is not a legendary character. He is held in the same kind of, I imagine he's going to be in the same bucket as Dormammu, as Ultron, as Doom. They're not legendary characters, but they're definitely like high tier, powerful characters. They don't need the legendary tag. So that's just interesting. His basic, he's going to do almost everything he does has 100% drain. So he's going to always drain stuff from people. He gets offense up and speed up on his basic. He does a self heal. You can't block and you can't dodge it. It's unavoidable. His special is a adjacency AoE, so he hits primary target and those to the sides of it. And then he does 100% drain, not 100% drain. He attacks again if there is defense up going into that. 100% drain again. The ability blocks. He then redistributes the team health evenly, so it's a Scarlet Witch effect. Debuff clear on Horsemen plus 2 allies, the highest damage. So he's leaving room for the teams where you may need to pull a Horseman off instead of keeping the full 5-man team. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like anytime soon, but we'll see. His ultimate is 810, so you're going to do it on turn 2. Clear barrier from all enemies, AoE damage, and then 100% drain. You flip defense up and 2 buffs on all enemies. It's an AoE trauma. He gains in power. Then he fills the Horseman's speed bars by 60%. That can't be countered. That can't be blocked. That can't be dodged. This kid is already ridiculous. His empowered basic is a 60% health steal attack. So when he attacks, he's going to take 60% of the character's health, max health, like 60% of the character's health, regardless of how big or how small that is. 60%. He's going to ignore death proof, and it's going to remove empower. It is one big, giant, friggin' like knuckle sandwich to the face. And then he loses it. I think it's a little interesting. I'm not quite sure about that. He gets the Phoenix deal of not being able to be revived. On spawn, he gains immunity. Enemies can't gain immunity for Apocalypse takes his first turn. So this is almost... Was there not a character in Slugga that had some sort of ability where until it's their first turn, something couldn't happen?
Probably. It sounds familiar. I'm not sure.
I'm trying to remember. I thought there was characters that had like really specific until this character's.
I know there's like with Jedi Knight Luke, when he took his turn, he would bring everyone's speed down to his.
That's what
or something like that. Yeah, but it wouldn't happen until he took his turn.
until he took his first turn. Yeah, and then everyone got speed associated to him.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking about when I was looking at this. And then like Doom and Dormammu, he basically has a stun clear. I imagine like those other two characters, Trauma will prevent this. So hey, if you're gonna try and fight Apocalypse, God help your soul first off, but also bring Trauma.
So is this going to be like the new Black Order where just nothing beats it except mirror matches?
I'm not
It's
sure.
the mega version of Black Order.
Yeah.
This ain't your father's Thanos.
I do think though that the idea of the Empower only being a single big hit is okay.
It's basically a delete.
It's a delete key. But as far as like most of the other stuff, like I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know if we necessarily have the tools to be able to deal with this. I think Spider Weaver is still going to be pretty much like required and mandatory for most of the stuff. If you ever think about going into this without a full team, God help the mirror matches. No, thank you. Also, because of the fact that Horseman and himself are immune to speed stat changes besides slow and speed up.
So are we going to break up our Horseman teams, or are we going to put him with just a bunch of random Doom and other stuff? Silver Surfer.
I think there's an incentive to pull certain teams apart.
In certain
modes. So they're not going to be able to raid together.
No, it's impossible. No, it's possible for global. They're all global heroes. Oh, not global heroes. They're all global characters.
But that's not a Doom trait.
I'm talking about for beta raid or beta raid. No.
Oh yay, beta raid.
Yeah, the one that we already auto anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely using. So arena, they're going to pull the team up together. For war,
Right.
I think there's an argument that they will pull Death Seed. So they'll pull the Death Seed and the Unlimited teams together.
I was going to say, because those
Apocalypse.
two teams are the most weakest. You wouldn't be losing much if you took Rogue out of Unlimited.
Exactly.
And-
So you'd
and
pull
Death
Rogue, Archangel, and then you'd probably pull maybe
Gambit and
Dark Beast.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they just start booping stuff.
Yeah.
Because that way Mags could go back to the Brotherhood to do Doomhood for a defensive team. And then Psylocke can just sit there and eat paste or something. I don't know. But that because you're still going to want you want to use your Dorm Hold, and your Gamma team is your cream of the crop in war. So Dark Dimension, it messes up the legendary nodes because you would use your 4 horsemen without Apocalypse.
So when are we going to find out about these last few characters? Is there any rumblings?
Well, they are good and ready to ambush us.
It's got to be soon.
I imagine when they tell us the good Lord will come back. Like, we're not going to know until the Lord comes.
And they're going to limit us along the way.
All right.
And we find out that the Lord is Apocalypse.
So what are we thinking about overall for Apocalypse? Besides the fact that we really don't know about how we're getting him so far.
Just about
I
what
think
we
his
expected.
kit is. Yeah, I think it matches the hype behind the character. His kit is not. What's the way to put it? Is it an I win button? Yes, it is. It is an I win button. But is it one to where he himself alone is in forget you, I win?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not. But he also has very well tuned and arguably very busted horsemen.
Yes. I think it's not so much that Apocalypse himself is super crazy. It's the fact that we're now going to have to enter into this idea of Apocalypse plus everybody else. Plus what we're already established. We've already established how Red Hulk and Rogue and Morgan Le Fay all interact with each other. Archangel is arguably the weakest outside of his own game mode. He's a really kind of a big nothing burger in Arena. I tried it one time and I was just like, I'm good with what I'm doing right now.
until he gets his awakened. I guarantee you, his awakened are going to be the real deal. Because he's got to have he has to have the synergy because it's not an Apocalypse's kit.
We forgot to talk about the whole mishaps with Red Hulk and his awakening.
Yeah. Well,
we don't have really much time, but
I'm just so glad.
Oh, did we? Okay, I might have been gone.
Yeah, we'll touch.
Thank you for not making me have to fight Spider Weaver.
Well, I was gonna say we'll bring it up really quickly. We'll bring it up at the end of the show. Let's bring it up at the end of the show. We are running close to the end of the second segment, guys. So Kyle, you've already mentioned it before, but let's remind the chat again. Who do we got coming in for our third segment interview?
Really cool guy named Xero, Xero, and he is a fellow content creator here on Twitch. I just found him skimming through Twitch the other day, and really funny guy, really likable guy, and I just thought he'd be great for the show, and hopefully expose him to some more followers and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to him.
All right, guys, on the other side, we're going to talk to Xero. See y'all then.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escapepod Castaways want you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escapepod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escape Pod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? Head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Attention, we are receiving an incoming transmission. Attention, we are receiving an incoming transmission.
Let's do it.
We're doing this live, guys. All right, Kyle, I would normally be pointing to you to start this off, but here we are. So, hi, Kyle.
Back.
Kyle, introduce our lovely guest.
All right, sorry, I didn't know we were already live, guys. So this is Xero, guys. I was going through Twitch, like I just said, and trying to find some new content creators, and I came across Xero here. Xero, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing awesome.
Yeah, so when I first met him, I said hello there, like an Obi-Wan Kenobi voice, and he has a thing that says hello, Commander, and then I don't know why, and then some guy in the chat was thinking that he didn't understand what I was saying, so now it's just an inside joke to me, and it was hilarious. So now I just always say hello, Commander, to everybody now. But so, okay, Xero, so the first thing we do every time when we have a content creator on here is we ask you, what is your THP, GP, THC, whatever we call it these days, your total hero power, and how long have you been playing the game?
About 1,250 days, and 22 million, I think, 21.9 mil we got here on my TEPcMSF.
So you're hanging out with the big dogs. I know you're not the very top, but you're doing pretty well for yourself. Flair, what are you, 20 around there, 23 something?
I actually just hit my like the other night. Literally, I was sitting there and my wife was like, "You have a thing to claim in your achievements," and I was like, "What is this? What? Oh, it's the fact that I've logged in for 1,020 days." So I'm 1,020 days, and I'm 22.6 mil. So
okay, so yeah, you guys are right around the same. Where I'm about 15. Nick's kind of where are you chilling at? Nick 13.
A little bit higher than that, but yeah.
So me and you are about the same. So, but yeah. So what made you want to start content creating for Marvel Strike Force?
Well, watching a bunch of people on YouTube doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the game every day. You have to put, time in, hours all the time. There's like, you got to log in here, then here. I was like, I'm spending 6 hours a day in the game. And then I'm watching these people on YouTube, and they're just hanging out on Twitch, talking about how you go to Twitch. They like to stream. It's really fun, all this stuff. So I just like, you know what? That's what I should do. I'm already spending 4 or 5 hours on the game, so I can do that in front of a bunch of people and hang out.
Yep, I agree, and that's what I said too, man. Why not stream it? If you're going to spend that much time in doing it, you might as well invest a little bit of time, hang out with, because no one else that I know in real life gives a crap about Marvel Strike Force or my video games, right? So it's cool to see that there's such a huge community that does, but unfortunately, it's probably going to be online who you meet to do that. So I agree, man. If you're going to be doing it, you might as well stream, maybe make a little bit of money, make some, make a community out of it, maybe a career someday. You never know.
Yeah, you get those YouTube videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay for that good old spending habit since we have to wail harder.
And what I used to do, Xero, is I used to stream, and my internet's kind of messing up, but I used to stream.
And he broke.
I think he broke a little bit.
Are we sure
Stream,
that
and then I take my
actually
stream and just
Kyle
throw
and
them up on
not
YouTube.
Bob impersonating Kyle? He froze again mid-sentence. He doesn't know he's frozen.
You guys might have to help me out with this interview because my internet's.
We figured we'd let you drown a little longer, but absolutely.
Oh, Kyle, we love you, buddy.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, you might have to take.
We're gonna let you come back and research some stuff. We'll get you for the back
Xero,
part of this.
Talk to us about your content.
My content?
Yeah, so kind of talk about what is kind of your core of your series for your content. Like, what do you really enjoy working with your audience? What do you feel is your if you took Xero the channel down to one best thing about it, why should they watch?
The interaction. I like to be able to one-on-one talk to the people when we're sitting there. They talk about it all the time. My chat says like, yeah, because I watch. Sometimes you get busy. You get like a lot of people in there, 50, 100 once in a while. So it's hard to catch up. But that's what I really like. I'm playing the game, interacting, but I get to talk to them in real time. We got questions. They get to see what I'm doing on screen. Mm-hmm. Tons of people get to come in here and give me a bunch of advice and info. I'm able to surprise them with my own unusual ways I like playing the game.
Gotcha. What do you mean by unusual?
Wanting a bunch of non-meta characters.
Such as?
At the beat stuff. I don't know. Like, I have Silver Surfer as my strongest character, and I try to keep him my strongest, even though it's kind of iffy about how useful he is.
Is he G17 for you?
No, he's not. He's not 16 yet either, though, but he's 90. I bought a 6 and a 7 red star for him, so I did put a lot of loving on him, so I show him off all the time, but then I approach things kind of a little bit differently because I'm always like, the number one thing I got to do in this game is enjoy it and have fun. If I'm really not enjoying it and have fun, it's really just a waste of my time and everybody else's. So I always emphasize on that too. You should be, not always going to be enjoyable. There's sometimes you're just going to need to do something that's not that enjoyable, but it benefits you in the long run. But if you're not really overall saying that you're enjoying your time spent on the game, you probably shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a waste of time. Time's precious, so you gotta use it wisely.
So great question off that. What of the things that they have done lately, amidst all the shenanigans and nonsense, where's been your biggest source of enjoyment in the game?
personally in the game, it's hard to say because it's mostly that I hang out with chat. They're the ones that give me.
So it still comes back to the community, which is the biggest thing, right?
And I like Cosmic Crucible, but that's up and down. And now they're doing a redo everything, so I don't know. Maybe I'll hate it. Who knows? Maybe I'll love it this time.
Room 5, room 6, man. Room 6. God.
5 room clears for everybody.
It's gonna be insane. All right. So you've already told us that Silver Surfer is like your craziest character. As far as is there anything else that you do outside of Marvel Strike Force? I think the interesting thing is that we're still getting people that come and play us, and yeah, sure, like we're talking Marvel Strike Force. We gotta understand that everyone does other things. So what is there other things that you do besides Marvel Strike Force?
Yes, many things. I don't stream them, but I like to Warhammer, so I paint and do Warhammer. And I like collecting a bunch of Legos, so I have like a bunch of Lego collections too. And I play other console games from time to time, but that's just rando, so I don't really. And streaming from the console is a different beast, so I'm just like, maybe I'll just keep that to me and my friends.
Hey, do you build Lego on stream by chance?
No, I haven't done any of that stuff. Sorry.
Oh, dude, you should.
I wish I have, but
you should give it a try.
Probably.
Yeah. Like I'm doing. I'll talk about my stuff later. I'm building a model kit on Sunday, and I'm so excited for it. I've never done a model kit building stream before, and I'm just like, okay, let's do this.
Nice.
Okay, so. Let's hear. Kyle's usually the one that asks most of the questions when we're doing this, and of course, yeah, give it, Kyle. Nick, what do you got?
How you doing on the Captain Carter event so far? You already got her?
No, I do not have her. Oh man. No, I don't got her. I don't have her. I don't have USH either.
Really?
I don't have him either. Yep.
Heck on. Has it just been bad drops on the punishment orbs or whatever they're calling them?
Yes, the terrible punishment orbs. Yeah.
Are you also one who has an excess of training materials and no gold?
No, I had plenty of gold and no training materials. Now I have no training materials and no gold. So it doesn't.
Where's the shift? It all went away.
I was like, hopefully, no. It's like, phew. I don't know what's going on. They're draining us, draining our time, our gold, and they want to drain our money.
And now they're telling us what we're supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do based on this whole point limit event. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's hard. I think it's really going to be once we comes out, we got to test it. So it's like they don't want us to save our mail. I guess we can't. We get a certain amount of points, so now we have to do our math based on their mathematics. I guess they don't want us to use real world mathematics. They want us to use Scopely mathematics now. So I guess that's how it works. I don't even.
Is that even know like FTX math?
Yeah.
So I told my students one day, I was like, yeah, I play a lot of games that require me to do spreadsheets, and they're like, but Mr. Teacher, like, what? Why? I was like, one, I'm a huge colossal geek. I make the distinction. There's a difference between a geek and a nerd. I'm sorry. But then I was like, but I like to do math as well. And so I like doing the math, but now I don't like Boundless math.
Yeah,
Boundless math is weird. It's icky.
Boundless math makes it feel like trigonometry all over again.
Yeah, it's like I'm learning a new mathematical table. I'm like, I don't know. What is?
It's new math.
This is a triangle.
Why is pi in here? Who let pi in here?
Actually, I would think of it this way. They're calling the square. So this is supposed to be actually the rectangle. They're like, oh, this is your circle now. What? I'm sorry. What?
You have to stand slightly askew with these certain traits.
They're like, when you hold your phone, you do it this way.
You'll get what you need. We're also going to vary the rates on the drops and the orbs and the materials you can earn. So maybe you'll get enough materials. Who knows?
I've used more stats playing Marvel Strike Force than I actually use stats in my degree. That's the
we're
funny part.
literally playing game of averages.
It's so ridiculous.
Even, like the last where they had the orb drop event for Dark Beast. You could get 10 orb shards, or you could get 100. Who knows? It's magical. But it averages out, and then when you're below your average, you're like, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
And then you start panicking, and then you start opening your wallet. It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
Where they spend more time, doing that than, not accidentally giving us 4,000 Spiderweaver shards. If you'd spent, time not trying to mess with the player base and their habits and, fix your own house first, maybe we'd be a bit more open to the thought of a point cap. I'm sure Reddit's been a dumpster fire.
I mean, if the point cap, I guess, if you max it out every day, then that guaranteed completion?
So I mentioned this a little bit in the previous segment. So if you do all of the bonus points, because how they're explaining to us is it's supposed to be additive. So that means additive usually means that, okay, so it's the bonus value plus the actual value. So the actual value of a blitz battle is 25 points. The bonus value is 50 points. So those initial battles are 75 points. I could be terribly wrong. And you know what? If I am, I am. And I will take what I can get and get out of here. But so the 75 points. So if you do all of that, you battle with each member of the Rebirth team. You open, I think, 2 of the battle plan orbs to get the bonus points there. You're sitting at about 102,000 points on that event. So you're clearing up to I think you're around the milestone 28 region of 30. So.
Oh yeah, they sell a few, milestones. Yeah, will. Yeah.
You gotta have them millstones, dude.
Yeah. As long as it's not on the monthly. I protest. If you start making the monthly one pay to get, I think people need to start.
You can only earn so many justice medals from many of them.
Oh God, shut up. Do not give them that idea.
They already had it. The accounting department's already thought of this one.
Don't vocalize it.
Don't speak it into existence.
So we're actually here's an interesting question. What are your thoughts on the whole monthly thing? They've been changing the monthly so much the last little bit. They went back to, they had shards and then went to orbs and then orbs with shards and then Christmas and then we're back to orbs. What are your thoughts on all that?
But now also shards.
No,
I'm thinking that obviously they're staying with the monthly orb, but they just obviously know as much about the monthly orb as the monthly milestone event as their entire game. They don't know. So they're just always testing it and throwing things around. They don't know what they're doing.
You think
whatever makes them the most money, then they try to copy it. It doesn't make them any money, so they do something different. Makes them money, then they copy it. It doesn't make them money. They do something different. They're just going to keep these monthly milestones, and as long as they don't make it pay to get events. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine every other day we get these quick rumbles for blitzing. They're trying to get us to blitz so much now because nobody wants to. There's nothing to blitz for. There's no reason to blitz.
I don't think I've ever actually
forget about it.
I don't think I've done a character blitz for the character itself in. Oh God, the last time they did a blitz release, and that tells you how long.
Well, they stopped the blitz releases because of the APK hacking that people were doing to.
I thought that's why they did the 8. The limit on, not so much a limit, but the limit on free. The free blitz battles per day, the going to 8 instead of whatever they had before, just every 2 hours.
I think they had that for a long time, the maximum a day.
Yeah, I thought there was that.
But timey-wimey is weird.
But once Sim came through and the fact that RTA fell flat on its face, they got to pull some more blood out of the proverbial blitz stone.
Oh yeah,
they want to scream. You want to be like this. People will lose their minds.
Be like,
they already are in raid. You're already locked into raids. So
raids. Got to do some more here and there. Yeah, arenas. I think arena's interesting right now.
I think arena's approaching dead content. levels because
Yeah,
they've still
once
not
the-
finished the slingshotting.
Yeah.
Really, the cores out of it are the only reason people even bother with it. And even then, you have whales and krakens who just don't care
Yeah, they
about it
don't-
anymore.
yeah.
So really, there's no incentive to do anything about Arena. And honestly, they should probably do what Swaga did and pull the cores out of Arena and put it in Cosmic Crucible to encourage people to play. I mean, like what you do is you put it into, complete, like what Swaga does is one battle, get your participation for your day, the daily, weekly, monthly. Scale
Kind of
your
like a milestone.
Well, no, it's given based on your league.
Your
So-
position. Oh God, that means that everyone that I think Xero and I are both thinking the same thing. We're both like, oh no. What rank
yeah.
are you, Xero?
Platinum 3.
I'll sit over here in Platinum 2 world. I can't get out of Plat 2. It's God. It's like life
You gotta win
happens.
those 2 out of 3 matches. 2 out of 3 matches.
I do 2 out of 3 for the most part, but then I have those weeks where I'm slammed from beginning of the day to the end of the day, and I just don't think about doing it, and I go like 0 for 3, and I'm like,
Yeah, that you're gonna get knocked all the way back down. They're
God.
not forgiven.
For
I
all
chill
the
in the
progress that I
gold.
make. Ugh.
I'm with all the AFKers in gold.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes
you
I
guys
don't
were
even
talking
get
about
to fight.
your percentages, yeah. I did get in the 1 and 5%, which I was surprised because I'm only in Plat 3, but I think it's based on your percentage of wins. So
Yeah.
that's good.
I
don't want to keep doing that though, because I don't want to be in no Masters. Diamond 1 maybe. I don't need to be in Masters. By the way, I don't spend tons in this game. I'm not a whale and stuff, so I can't hang with that.
What kind of pond are you swimming in?
Not much lately. I used to be a free-to-play plus is what I would call it. So I'd spend once in a while. I did buy. The last thing I think I got was that weird offer, I think, where there was some kind of random amount of orbs or shards, I think.
40 million gate.
Perhaps, yes. I
Yeah,
think I perhaps
that's the
still
way I
sit
buy.
on 20,000 or 15 orbs just to prove that we absolutely positively didn't even need it. I still have 20,000 of it sitting. I keep it that way.
Yep.
Like, wow. I mean, you got my $20. You got me there.
And I
You
never
got me
have to
there.
worry about 14s or 15s again.
Yeah.
Now, if only they could just screw up and give us
Well, they
all
did.
of the mini uniques.
Maybe. I mean, we got
Or not the mini
4,000
uniques,
on.
the origin pieces in an orb. And just, accidentally let their finger slip and get 1 billion of those.
I would like to see a little slip up on dark promotions. Like, imagine getting 4,000 dark promotion credits. Maybe 4,000
Never. There's
gold
too
promotion
much.
credits. Yeah.
As there's always money in the banana stand, they're never going to get their hands off the dark promotion credits. Hey, we went blank on screen, player.
Yeah, just
There we
fix
go.
that. I accidentally hit a button.
No
Sorry
worries.
about that. I have everything set up really specifically. All right. We got a couple more minutes left. So Xero, overall, I know we've talked a little bit how you do things. You're really enjoying the community and everything over in MSF. What if someone goes to your channel right now and like your next stream and everything, what are we expecting to find?
Laughs and fun and giggles. I mean, we have some seriousness, but we do just mostly hang out, play around. I joke. Can be pretty messed up sometimes, but I try to keep it, in a good light way. We play around with our channel points. I do. You can donate channel points. I'll do some reps with some weights. We hang out. We have a good time. As long as we're really enjoying ourselves and respecting each other, that's the whole thing that we want to do. And as long as we're in there, then we're going good and having a great day.
Awesome. All right. So besides, what they're going to find when they go find you, how can they find you? Where are you at?
Well, we're here on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheeXeroNetwork, and Xero spelled with the X and is the, so it's 2 E's. And what else? We got a Discord. I got a Discord, so if you go there, there's links to it. I don't know I don't think I can quote the Discord link, but we got a Discord. I hang on there. So Discord and Twitch is mostly right now.
Okay. What are you planning to do with YouTube?
Blair, that was twith.tv.
Oh, that was Twith. Yeah. I'm typing these things because I don't want to try and do craziness with it.
I don't know if I'm
Send
there
people to
yet. I don't know if I'm
ransomware
on
sites,
Twitch.
please, Flair.
Oh, it says no data was returned. Is it THEE?
THEE, yeah.
Right. Okay. Yep. That's
The
not bad.
network.
The
Third time's the
Xero
charm.
Network. Yeah, there we go. I'm a professional. Nick has to deal with this, and so does Bones, and so does everyone else. All right, Xero, dude, it's been lovely. I love the energy that you bring. We will definitely try and get everyone sent your way to go have some fun. Whenever you go live next, we'll definitely try and be like, hey, let's get over there, have some fun. Are you have you been one of those that hit affiliate kind of really early on? I remember there was a time where everyone was like, oh, let's get to affiliate.
No, actually, it took me a couple months.
Oh, really? Dang. Okay. But no, so guys, go check out Xero. Check out everything he's doing. Love the energy, love the vibe that you are exuding. Nice. It's fun. We're having like natural conversation. It's just great. It's great. Love it. All right. Hey Nick, we've got to talk about our rosters, I think, and then we got to get Kyle back in here because we accidentally kicked him into a portal, and yeah, we'll have to do that. So
yeah, we got to go dig him out of the hole.
Gummit. All right, Xero, we have loved having you on with us, buddy. But guys, we will come back from one more break to talk about our rosters and to try and kind of wrap up some things. This has been a really chunky week in terms of news. It's been a lot of stuff. But yeah, guys, we'll see you on the other side.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/theescapepod and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escape Pod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? Head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Are you like us and play more than one mobile game? Well, we have good news. The Escape Podcast has expanded its lineup.
There's the flagship Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes show every first and third Friday with Paul Anthony and the Nav.
And the Marvel Strike Force show on the second and fourth Fridays with Flair, Kyle, and Nick.
Join our Discord to stay up to date with these and our additional shows produced under the Nerdy Network flag.
Everything happens live on the Escape Pod Cast Twitch channel, or you can catch up on what you missed on our YouTube channel or your favorite podcast app.
Thanks for listening to the Escape Pod Cast. Be nice to each other, damn it.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
What is happening, folks? Old Man Logan coming back at you from the Escape Podcast, aka the Old Man's Private Reserve, with the immortal one himself. What's going on, King?
How you doing, buddy?
We are doing outstanding. We have got an update. We've got some news in Swigo. My goodness, we have a new tune. A separatist, a support, and his name is Admiral Trench. Kane, do we know who this person is?
Absolutely, bud. Trench actually comes to us from the Clone Wars. He was a flagship commander who outmaneuvered the Galactic Republic forces.
He looks like a giant spider that I just want to spray Raid on. Anyway, folks, that is the new Conquest character that is coming into Swigo on the next Conquest that is days away from launching. And we have all of the sector feats. And let me tell you, we are going to be doing a deep dive on the kit for Admiral Trench and these feats. Kane, how do you feel about these feats? Are these even mid-game possible?
Some of them are going to be mid-game possible. There's a few that mid-game players are going to struggle with, but once again, we're going to do a deep dive on them and make sure you guys are taken care of.
That we will. So catch us on the next episode as we go over Admiral Trench of the Separatists, and we look at all the feats for the new Conquest so you folks can be ready and prepared to dive into the holotables. All this and more on the next episode of the Escape Pod Cast, the Old Man's Private Reserve. Come check it out, folks.
Oh, we are okay. There we go. I have everything set up really specific. Okay, Nick. We talked about this during the break. I think you've been studying that old dusty book in the back of the Centaurum.
Yes, we're gonna try this. Let's hope we can bring Kyle
to duck
back.
For cover? I think I need to duck.
We
for cover
probably
for this
should.
one.
We may accidentally bring a bad universe. I can't remember if Kyle's the Nexus being or not. Is he back?
Oh wait, no, this isn't that one. Oh, hi, we're here.
Is it right?
I think we fixed it. I think we're good. I think that did the trick.
Hey,
we try to have fun here.
I was stuck in the Mirrorverse, man. I just dropped from underneath my chair, and it just fell into the Mirrorverse. So,
how was it over there? Was it interesting?
It was pretty creepy.
Like, mirrored?
There was some crazy redheaded lady freaking out in there when I was in there. It might have been Scarlet Witch. Maybe not. She got out of there pretty quickly and left me behind, though. I tried to follow her, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Crazy lady. All right. Welcome to the fourth segment. We're going to talk rosters for a little bit, but we've also got the opportunity, if you are in chat and you want to, you can go to the rewards and hit the podcast fourth segment question. It is 1,000 points. If you've been hanging around with us, you'll probably have almost about that much. You can ask questions, or if you're in the Patreon, you can go to the Patreon questions. We'll pull some questions from there if anything shows up. But hey, we're going to talk about rosters. So who wants to start us off? Actually, we've just pulled you from the Mirrorverse. Kyle.
Yo.
What's your roster looking like right now?
I'm looking good. I don't know exactly, but I'm almost to 16 million if I haven't already. It's starting to become easier for me to gear 16 people. I am sitting on the right now. I'm doing the apocalypse like everyone else. I have all the horsemen so far. I have every horseman member, but Dark Beast. So that's driving me crazy. But at the same time, I'm kind of gear 16 other people for Dark Dimension, so I can have a little bit of fun at the same time and work on that. I'm on the city node right now. I think I decided to go so I haven't farmed anyone for the city. No one's gear 16.
Okay.
You guys tell me what you think. Shang-Chi, Squirrel Girl, Cloak and Dagger, and She-Hulk. What do you think? Only She-Hulk because
Horseman.
Horseman. Yeah. Will that do it for me? Because I have no idea what's in store for me.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Shang-Chi is good. I do know that we're hoping any minute now for a actual like complete like skill raid team, but we're
city skill, please, for the love of God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They did mostly city characters for skill. That would be nice. But who knows?
Isn't that what it's the first couple nodes are just anybody, right?
The first 3 nodes are city. No, the first 3 nodes are unlocked, so anyone. Then after that, it's city. Then it's cosmic. No, it's global. Then it's cosmic. Then it's legendary. And then you're done.
Okay.
So,
And then
All
you
right.
get to do it again.
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing in the game right now. Roster wise, it takes me a while. I when a new team comes out and I focus on them, I want to gear 15 them, no matter how bad. Maybe one or two of the. I know you, Flair. You're like, no, I'm putting the minimum. I have to get everything out of them, right? But I just feel like gear 15 is the new minimum, anyways. So going forward, so I gear 15 my teams. I put all the essential T4s, and then I do the ISO blue 3 on every single person, and then I move on to the next team. So I've been doing that process at the same time for War Dogs and Bionic Avengers. They're all about done. I got to do some T4s on the Bionic Avengers. I got to do a couple ISOs on a couple of characters, and after that, I'll be moving on to Death Seed. Even though I don't have, can I get Dark Beast anyways? Like, help a brother out, because I don't know how many shards I have, but I probably need like 20, 25 to unlock him.
Let me see.
Ooh,
I
jeez.
think Dark Beast is now in like premium and basic orbs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll eventually pull some shards then.
Eventually.
Yep, like 6 months from now.
Yeah, really.
I have some good RNG goes my way when it comes to that, though.
Let me take a quick peek at who all is in. No, I don't want to see that.
In the meantime, we did get a question from Big Country Mags.
Ooh.
What am I supposed to do with Rebirth - Agent Venom? Use him on Rebirth. And put them in raids.
So Mags, better question. The response question is: what are you talking about? What to do with Agent Venom specifically? Or are you talking about the Rebirth team as a whole? Without the patch, the like Band-Aid solution is Red Hulk. If you have Red Hulk, then you use Red Hulk. Otherwise, God help your soul. I don't know.
You could use. You could use Brawn because his heals are based out of. They aren't restricted to Gamma for his spreading buffs and things like that.
Was it?
Aren't they?
Hold on, let me double check.
I might be. I'm talking completely without the data in front of me, which is never a good solution.
I just don't
I do it all the
think
time.
about.
You could use like Thor.
Right, he doesn't have Gamma.
You're F, buddy.
What raid
You
are
can
you
use
running,
Hulk or
Mags?
Thor. Get the Wave 1 Avenger synergy.
Well, the better question is, what are we talking about? Like bio raids? What raid are you running? I think that's an important question.
If he says he's running Doom.
We'll talk in the after show. Let's talk in the after show.
Let's say it's like if you're running Doom at 1.2 million TCP, good God.
Also, be on the lookout. Apparently, we're seeing Titania offers probably the next day or two.
Yay!
All you guys in the chat, you two, let me know if there's like a good pack for some.
U7, just use like regular Hulk as your 5th, then.
Kind of just
Wave 1 synergy with Cap.
Yeah.
He'll pop stuff and heal himself.
Yeah.
Plus, he got buffed for Gamma anyway, so he'll be fine.
I'm trying to think who else right off the top of my head who would be really
Thor
good.
or Iron Man, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Because you want to have because you're not getting your damage dealer in Agent Venom, so you want a damage dealer in return. Problem is, Thor can't move unless you hit Cap.
Is not so much. He's not the. I think based on looking at the kits, I haven't had a chance to run them yet, but Winter Soldier is a damage dealer on that team. I think Agent Venom is better at the AoE damage, but Winter Soldier is very good at single target damage.
So is Venom the Dark Beast of this team? Is it US Agent? Whatever this Venom version is.
There's Agent Venom, US Agent, Captain Carter, Winter Soldier, Captain America. That's the team.
So who's like, you know what I'm saying? Every new team has that one character that's hard to get.
It's probably Agent Venom.
Agent Venom. Yeah.
Because US Agent shards are just a little too available.
They're really making it super available. Like I'm just thinking about it right now, and I'm like, wait, we actually have had the EV expected value of US agent shards, if it was about 6 shards per orb from the main event, was like 96 shards, like 90 something shards. And so we're sitting this point now where it's like, oh hey, there's like there's 30 US agent shards in the Rising Stars event. And we've also had plenty of other opportunities for shards elsewhere. We're actually getting quite a few more shards than you would think from a month-long character. Anything else overall, Kyle, on your roster?
Nope, that's about it. What you guys got going on?
Nick, do you want to go?
Sure.
All right.
I am currently in the midst of my second run in DD5. Basically waiting for my regular city beatings. Finally got to the last node for it, but I only added one new character for city, and
Who are
that
you
was
using?
She-Hulk. I'm using Ghost Spider, Scarlet Spider, regular Spider-Man, Cloak, and Shang-Chi.
Interesting.
And then I have a ringer for She-Hulk.
So my She-Hulk wasn't a bad idea then.
You have to bring her up anyway.
And I did finish my first full G16 team, which was Gamma.
Ooh, I bet that hits hard.
For Apocalypse requirements.
Wait,
What did you guys think?
You don't have Darkhold finished?
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
I used Dormammu.
What did you guys think about Red Hulk after
So
his
Scarlet
awakened
Witch
abilities?
has like
Oh,
two.
the awakened abilities for Red Hulk?
Dude,
They're
he
nice.
is going off.
They're
for
good
me.
and spicy.
Yeah, like I noticed a difference right from the get-go. I'm just smoking through raids and stuff.
Okay, so I'm not using Red Hulk. I think there's a lot of changes that are nice for Arena, but they also require 4 horsemen for to get the full benefit out of the changes for, I think, Pavement Pummel. Truth be told, I use Red Hulk so little in Arena that I don't actually pay attention to what his awakened ability did. Let me go pull it up. He does, if there's 3 or more horseman allies, clear revive once on adjacent targets. So yeah, he has to have Archangel with him right now. You have to have all 4 of them, and I've kind of mentioned before, Archangel is kind of the weakest link in the Arena comp of using all horsemen. Not to mention that Spider Weaver is a character that exists right now, and Spider Weaver plus 2099 plus Emma plus Icarus and Cersei tends to take really good care of most things that we're running into right now in the Arena. Because it's like
Emma is such a crazy character. She's the Ron of Marvel Strike Force, I'd say.
She is
just
over
stays
2 years
around
old.
all the time. Yeah, and just stays around.
Her staying power is so freaking good. It's mostly because of her kit and minus 10% speed.
It's enough that they literally wrote anti-Emma into Apocalypse's kit.
Yeah.
Saying no.
Bad.
No.
Bad.
Sit down.
Yep.
You're fountainable. No, she's farmable. She has a node now.
Yeah, she just got one recently.
It only took them 2 years.
She's actually farmable now, so you can go sit on the bench.
And I
Not
don't
allowed
even
to have fun.
I don't even think I've got her to 7-star yet.
Yeah, no, mostly what I've been working on is my horseman teams.
Okay.
When I can G16 something, I will within the 4 teams. Been basically buying every single unique piece and origin piece I can find, even if I don't need it.
Same.
Been hoarding every bit of ISO I can. Yeah, really just been following along, doing the events to at least the piece for the equipment. But last couple of times I've gotten pretty well past it without really a lot of
There's also
effort.
been medals past the piece in a couple of these events.
Yeah, and
So
I
you've had
got
to do
all of those.
Okay,
Like,
good.
I actually stand a chance to actually finish this milestone event.
Nice.
Other than the only thing that might get me was coordinated assault.
That one is
It's impossible. I don't know how you get it done.
well, so everyone has to core. Everyone has to spend I think the average is like 835 ISO energy a day. Every character has to. What are the best
Whoa.
Doom Raid teams? Dark Gnar asking a question. What are the best Doom Raid teams? All right. So right now, best Doom Raid teams. We just run down the list. So currently, even though they're not perfect. In higher difficulties, Secret Avengers plus Shang-Chi and Kestrel for skill. Then you run until you got Rebirth up and running. Web Warriors can do the job.
Or can at least soften the node.
They can at least soften the node, yes. I actually do run in Node 2 because we're sharing lanes right now in Doom Raid 3 in 3.2. So I tend to use Gamma on Node 2 to do just a lot of damage. And then they may not always make it through, and someone else will usually clean it up. And I can handle the third node relatively well. So Web Warriors are still kind of sticking around for a little bit. I think until Rebirth, I think everyone gets Rebirth up and running, and then I think again we're gonna see that Rebirth is kind of by and large just smashing stuff. Tech Raid team is Bionic Avengers, and I think we're only missing now. Okay, they need to get us access to Deathlock and Viv Vision. Once they do that, then the tech raids are completely done. I think there's really going to be no issue.
And those nodes are so far down the Doom Raid anyway that it's not been a huge issue.
They're my third set.
Yeah.
So I go through skill, I go through bio, and then I hit them. So.
Yeah, I do the other side. I have Mystic, Mutant, then skill. Then bio, then tech.
I kind of wish I was on that
I never
side.
use my Bionic Avengers.
I wish I was on that side so I get to play with Death Seed, but I don't.
So yeah, Mutant is Death Seed for sure.
Yes.
But the thing is too, is an Axemen team or even Unlimited, if you need to preload the node and just, burn a bunch of stuff at the beginning, those teams can help Death Seed overcome things. But honestly, Death Seed at a certain point can just hit auto.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I have simmed those nodes since I unlocked the team.
Yeah.
I've had no issues.
Especially if you've got, a 4 red star or 3 to 4 red stars on Archangel, it's enough.
Yeah.
His damage ramp is just so incredible at that point. He just deletes people. And his AI is programmed to do his ult, so he basically is just constantly churning out speed bar and energy to the team, and everybody's just going nuts. For Mystic,
I'm gonna let you guys answer Mystic because I'm running a different team. I'm running a specific comp, and I'll see what you guys.
So I use 2 comps, depends on how the first node goes. If I'm like physically playing it myself, I will run Icarus, Cersei with Deathpool, Dormammu, and Morgan Le Fay.
That's what I run.
If Dormammu gets like his cooldowns get goofed up, if I'm simming, I will pull him out of certain times and put in Agatha.
Oh, okay.
Because Agatha's the replacement if you don't have Dormammu.
Yeah.
Is you pull Cloak and Dagger and put in Morgan Le Fay and Agatha.
I love Agatha. She gets Darkhold going, man. She keeps that team
She
around.
really brings the lockdown to a lot of characters, especially doing trauma with ability block.
Right.
So you basically tell Dazzler where she can stick it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Unlimited, man. Do you guys like Unlimited as a team as a whole?
Absolutely. I love Unlimited.
I can't get them going. Maybe I need some more T4s on them or something, but
check your T4s.
They're kind of I think Unlimited was kind of a T4 heavy team. I'm trying to remember because we haven't talked about my roster yet, but
Darkhold's very T4 heavy.
We've kind of already established. I've got the big roster between the three of us.
We just know you got.
By the way,
you're working on the newest thing. They're already year 16, 2 days in.
For the War Saga, I picked up Bronze, Special, and Ultimate. No regrets at all.
They're so good. They're really good.
What did you say? What Ultimate?
Bronze, Ultimate, and Bronze Special.
Okay. See, what I do is I just go to the infographic server and I just go in order on the essential ones. That's what I do.
I do usually do that too. Shout out to ironically, my cluster is the one who hosts the infographic server, Corporal Hicks, who we're hopefully going to have as guests here in the future.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome because, but let's hear what Flair's got going on. Even though we're already yawning because he has everything.
Dark Nar has 23.2 million. Man, you're like 600 ahead of me. 600K ahead of me.
Dark Nar.
Yeah.
King of the castle.
So all the horsemen are unlocked for me, obviously. All of my horsemen are G16. I'm literally only missing Dark Beast to 16. That's it. I've not done a G17 character at all. I'm sorry. I just don't see the need to do it just yet. I would rather make sure I have all of my unlock requirements done to get the baby apocalypse than kind of like super focus in on G17 characters.
I mean, how hard is it? I mean, I'm sure it's hard.
So once I finished DD5, I finished DD5 around the time that we already had we had Morgan, and so by my second time, or actually no, I think I had. God, did I have Morgan and Rogue? I think that might have been that my time date, how long it was till I actually did my first clear of Dark Dimension 5. I took way too long on DD5 when I did it. I could have done it way sooner, but I slept around quite a bit. I just did not hit it nearly as much as I should. But no, so every character there is almost a G16. ISO 4 is a little bit different on that regard. I am building Rebirth. Again, I've mentioned it before. I've got 3 of the Web Warriors at G16 and 2 of them at 15. But even then, they still kind of tend to be issues for me, especially because the bio nodes are so much about getting the right amount of dodges and killing things really specifically. And some days it seems like they just turn the dial just a little bit more towards bullcrap than doable. and you lose half your team before you've really thought about what's actually happening. And it's like, wait, what? I'm sorry. Where did my team go? Where did Ghost Spider go? What? Other than that, I've got a couple other. I've been doing a couple little projects here and there. I'm trying to bring all of my characters, including the minions, up to G12 minimum, bare minimum. So that way, when a new character comes in, I know every purple piece, every blue piece, every green piece. Everything I get, it's just new characters. Don't even have to think about bringing up other characters past up to G12 at that point. And every new character that comes out, and I unlock when I unlock those characters, it's just an immediate take them to G12 at the very least. If I'm going to do anything with them, we're taking them to G12. I do the
same kind of thing.
Nar, I don't do G13 as the bare minimum, mostly because the stat differentials between G12, G13, and G4, the G12 to G13 stat differential is not nearly as significant as going up another tier to 14. So it's almost like you want to, I would rather do 71 G12 versus 71 or 70-30, as far as gold gear investment and gold uniques. That's a personal thing. I think there's enough gear around there that we can do G13 and almost to G14. 10K orb gate definitely, 40 million orb fragments definitely help fix a lot of those things. But right now I do G12 as my bare minimum. New character comes out, boom, first night G14, G12, unless it's a required character, like Archangel. Immediately went up to, I took him to 14 the first night, and then I took him to 15 and then 16. In the span of 3 days, he was already a G16.
I hate you. I really do. I love you.
I mean, so again, I've done my DD5 runs twice. I did all those. It was good. It was fun. And right now, really, the biggest thing for me is just finishing the events. I do the math. I'm the spreadsheet guy for our group, so I just know what I'm supposed to do. I build up characters as I do. I'm kind of the. I have my priorities, and I'm going to do them, even though I spend a lot of gold to get to that point, because I'm popping open orbs every little bit right now. But thankfully, we had the payday heist tonight, which was muy beneficido. That's not how you say that. But we've had quite a lot of advancement I'm trying to do on my roster, and that's why I'm at 22.6. And I'm hoping to just kind of push it a little bit more once I bring up everybody. Then I'll definitely probably be over that 23 mil
Do you have any like old teams that aren't really worth anything, but you still want to like just for collector's purpose take up?
Just for the heck of it?
Yeah.
Let's see
or
here.
even characters.
The old man Cantina steps into the bar.
What up, buddy?
Yeah, so there's a couple of teams that I need to do something with. I never actually took Black Order to all G14 or higher.
Same.
I have Cull Obsidian and Corvus Glaive at 13. And then because I was going to take them to 14, and then we started having other priorities that made me kind of do a quick immediate shift. And I was like, okay.
What did he watch killed that?
You know what was weird is there was the Black Order for a long time, and then there was like Kestrel and Silver Surfer, here's
and then the Eternals.
Yeah, here's the power creep, right? And then Silver Surfer Kestrel, and they're just smoking Black Order.
Yeah,
and then there's everything before and after Black Order. It seems like it was kind of a benchmark.
ABO and BBO and ABO before Black Order, after Black Order.
Yep. And like I can take my secret Avengers when I see them in war or anything and just smoke them with secret.
They're so much of a nothing burger nowadays. Like I see a big Black Order and I'm like, okay, that's cute.
I throw Rogue at it.
I hope they at least do something with Thanos like they're doing with Ultron right now with Masters of Evil.
Let's not bring him back.
I love Thanos.
He was relevant for
he's my
2
buddy.
years nearly, because he was relevant on.
But he's not anymore.
BKT.
The best Kree team.
I never used
had
that
no
team.
Kree on it.
Funny enough, there's a couple of these teams I've never brought up. So like the X Factor team, or X Force.
Yeah,
X Force.
They're cool.
Yeah,
they're cool, but not great. But they're good.
You're just finished gearing DD5 teams. Guild's trying to push Doom right now, so you're trying to focus on your raid teams. I'm one of those. Okay, so we're 3-2. We're 3.2. We're actually, I think Abra. So Ambru's Red Avengers, because we're part of the Red Cluster now. I think we got 45% on 3.2. So, and we just finished our raid milestones, and so I'm super happy about where my alliance is right now. I love my guys that I'm with. It's great to. Oh, you just did 2.3. Ooh. I'd say Nar, if you wanna jump into a 3.2 group, holla at your boy.
Nar's he's in my guild. Don't be taken away from me.
I want to snatch. I'll snatch him.
He got me into his guild actually. We don't have too much more time, guys. But real quick, Dan said, our old man's Cantina says, "Are the X-Men any good?"
Depends on which X-Men.
Yeah. If you want a really good one, you got to work your butt off to get Rogue.
It's unlimited. You need unlimited.
Yeah, the other ones are mediocre, and they might have been good quite back in the day. Even then, they weren't great.
Astonishing.
They're really not great anymore.
Astonishing held their own for quite a while.
X-Men had premium value until Doom 3.
Yeah.
So, short answer, not really, unless you get the best newest team that's out right now, which takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And get back in the game, man.
Rip to the Phoenix hybrids.
Yeah, I guess back when Phoenix
Kestrel murdered Phoenix.
Yep. They used to be good, but
no spawning for you.
I wish they were more like a bounty hunter faction where you could just interchange them in all kinds of different ways.
Oh yeah,
that would be
where
cool.
You just separate out like the leaders, like so Phoenix, Jubilee, and Rogue can't be on the same team, but they can use the others.
Right. Yeah, that would be way more fun. I don't know how they would change it to make it that way, but
give everybody the other tags, but it's not them.
Yeah, just X-Men tag. Quit making Unlimited and Uncanny.
We'll give Uncanny, Unlimited, and Astonishing to the other non-leaders of those teams.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then move it forward.
Move it on. Speaking of moving on, I think we got to call it a night, my friends.
Yep.
What do you guys say?
Well, gentlemen, do you guys have any streaming this week?
Yeah, I think we do. I'm just doing the regular, the grueling Grand Arena matches, 3v3 going on right now. If you want to see some rage, come in, watch me embarrass myself, watch me sob on stream. come to Bonesy's channel.
You're sobbing now?
I gotta do anything for review, man. If they want me to cry, I will.
It's about those click-throughs, man.
No, so yeah, I'm doing that. I always want to do something more, but I'm always too busy. So just slug around. Well, actually, no. With the new Android build, I am going to be Marvel Strike Forcing.
Hey!
Every time I stream, I'll be doing both. Probably Sluggo first, and then Marvel Strike Force, because I can now play Strike Force. So I'm very excited. And anyone else who hates BlueStacks has uninstalled it. I've recommended this new build that just came out a few days ago to other people, and they're back on, happy, playing. I even got Mr. Jigabachi, and he says that he's going to start streaming it now because it's so good. So
nice.
Anyways, what about you guys? What you got going on?
Nick?
We are getting closer, as the screen can tell you.
Hey. He's getting there.
Yeah.
So I still need to contract the rehaul. But once that's done, I think we're in good shape to relaunch the channel, but I just don't have that done yet.
All right.
Get on it, man.
I need transitions and I need ligaments.
So over on my side, tomorrow actually we're starting Fire Emblem Engage, the brand new Fire Emblem. I'm super excited for it. I played 3 Houses when it came out, and oh my god, I love the game. On Sunday, Nick is super excited for me when I get to pull this up and show this on screen. Half the people probably have no idea what this is. It's a Kamen Rider model kit that I'm actually putting together. This is my first one, and I'm doing this on live on stream on Sunday. So a lot of stuff happening. Fire Emblem's going to be the thing I'm playing for a hot minute. So yeah,
I love Fire Emblem. I'll have to come by and watch you play that.
I'm super excited for it. All right. Other than that, anything else that we want to say? Any other lingering thoughts? I know we need to wrap this up.
No, sir.
Well, gentlemen, be nice to each other, damn it. And Flair, would you be so kind to push the button?
I'll push the button. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all on the next edition of the Escapepod cast, Marvel Strike Force edition. See you guys.
Love y'all.
Bye.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6! What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escapepod cast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.